bright. Got this light thing here. I'm gonna shut it off. I don't need this. Oh, hi, I have 2 people. Hi, Megan. I know you're in there. I'm literally going live because I'm bored and I'm just gonna work on my laptop while I do it. Oh my god, there's 3 people. Hi. Oh my god, 4. Hi. Let's talk about a bunch of stuff. Like, literally doesn't even have to be. Oh my god, Dylan, get out of here. It's my brother. Oh my god. Probably both my brothers are in here to be assholes. I have 5 people. Oh, hi, Austin. This is our call that we've been wanting to have, I guess. Hi, Megan. Megan, this will be much better when we do it together, because I'll have somebody else to talk with. Yeah, this is awkward. This is definitely awkward. I wanted to do something like this on trail at one point, but I like never really had an opportunity to. When like I wasn't really alone ever in like a hostel to do it, so yeah. And then the one time Megan and I tried to do a live stream, apparently like it takes YouTube a few days to set that up on your account, so it wouldn't let me do a live stream. So I'm doing it now. Yeah, ask questions, talk about yourselves in the comments, and I'll talk back. Anything, hiking, backpacking, car camping, life, random things. I don't care. And if I'm looking into the side, it's because I'm on my laptop. Oh my god, Megan, you know. You know what I'm doing. You know. It's a brother's responsibility to be a pain. Okay. Megan and I are hiking the Foothills Trail in April, so that will be on the channel. Can you know this? So we're doing the Foothills Trail, and then God, I don't really have like anything else big. Hold on. I don't really have anything else big coming up right after that. So for the couple months after that, I'll just be like little stuff. And then this fall, I haven't like put it on my YouTube channel yet, but I'll just talk about it in here. I'm attempting, I think it's I'm almost 100% it's happening, hiking the Long Trail with an old coworker from REI. So that's fun. And yeah, vlogging all of it, of course. Austin, yes, I do want to do it from the trail. I definitely will. Probably will do it on the Long Trail because that hike will be about a month, maybe like 3 weeks, and I'll definitely like go into town at one point or another, you know, at least a few times while I'm on that hike, so I'll try to do that. Rick says it's a brother's responsibility to be a pain. Yeah, I have 3 of them. 3 of them that are a pain in the ass. Mark. Hi, Mark. Glad you joined. Thanks. The lash was fun. Yeah, it was definitely not like what I expected to happen, but it was fun. And hoping other hiking plans, hoping to go out on the Appalachian Trail in 2025. It's not like I don't have any like intentions with it, like that big intentions or anything. Just hoping to go back out. So I've been working a lot to save money for that. Because I obviously saved money for the AT in 2023, but then I used a little bit of it, and then I was like a responsible gal, and I paid off some student loans and stuff with it, so I'm re-saving up money. I'm re-saving up money to hike the AT for however long I want to in 2025. So I'm excited for that. So those are my big hikes. Foothills, honestly, a lot going on. Like, I'm really grateful I'm able to do this still. My parents are very supportive and they really don't care. So just making the most of my time at home while I can. So foothills, long trail, AT next year. Those are the plans for backpacking. Hiking, just like day hikes anywhere, I guess. Rick said, don't do the long trail too late. September is perfect. My sister has 3 brothers. No, yeah, we're doing the long trail in, well, I'm not gonna give like an exact date, but we'll be on the long trail at some point in September. So that's what we decided would probably be best for mud season, bugs. We don't want to deal with like black flies or any of that. We ideally don't want too much mud, you know, it's Vermont, but by then the mud season should be past and it's better for the trail anyways, and like a little bit of a cooler weather, but we were thinking to like not too late into September because then it gets cold in the north. So Mark said I'm doing New Jersey in May and half of the Shenies in July. Yeah, New Jersey. I loved New Jersey. You're gonna love New Jersey. I don't know if it was because I got out of Pennsylvania and it was like Pennsylvania was fantastic because the people were really nice. The towns were super like hiker friendly. So that was really, really cool. But like the terrain is just, I don't know. So getting into New Jersey was like a breath of fresh air because when you get into New Jersey, it like the train chills out mostly and there's like really nice views and oh my God, New Jersey was just really good. A lot of people, there's delis and stuff off the trail, so you can kind of like stop and get like a sandwich. But I really liked New Jersey. We did it in 5 days, and that was my favorite stretch of that long section I did for sure. And the Shenandoahs I haven't done, but I've heard they're beautiful, so I'm sure you'll have a great time doing those too. Rick said paying off loans is excellent. Yeah. It was hard. I was like, oh, I'm dropping a lot of money right now, but the loans have to be paid off at one point or the other. I have 2 big goals right now. 1, pay off debt. 2, go backpacking. So you got to balance it out, right? How are you going to budget for the long trail? Work. Megan, you're so funny. Work a lot and save a lot of money. And then budgeting, I'm going to budget around not save a lot of money for the long trail. Sorry, I'm like getting confused. But the long trail is not going to cost nearly as much as like a full AT hike. So long trail, I'm going to guess the range would be for similar to like a month on the AT, which is, it used to be $1,000. Now it's more like $1,500. So I'm just kind of saving, working as much as I can and saving for all these trips. And yeah, I don't know. The long trail, when I'm out on the trail, gonna aim to not go into town more than once a week. But when I am in town, like we'll go out and get food. We'll, stay somewhere wherever we can stay to get a shower, do laundry, resupply. I'm gonna try to eat pretty budget-friendly meals on the long trail, but not going too crazy with budgeting. I don't want to go over like $1,500. I don't want to go over $1,000 for the long trail, but inflation, so I have no idea. Thanks, Austin. Yeah, be responsible. This is embarrassing, but I'm gonna drink from this cup. It's not a real Stanley. This was a $15 fake knockoff, so I'm not one of those that fights other people in the Target for the new pink Stanleys. I don't know. What about you guys? Any backpacking trips planned, hikes? Put them in the comments. Let's talk about it. Rick said, work while you're young, build up your savings. Don't forget to buy your IRA before you do your taxes. Yeah, I have a Roth IRA, so it's like, after tax money, and then when you take it out, when you're like, I think it's 59.5, it's tax-free, so I have some money in a Roth IRA. The investing has kind of like stopped a little bit while I've been saving to go backpacking, just because it's like saving for backpacking, paying the bills, paying off debt, like investing's kind of been put to the side, but I was doing it a good amount prior to getting into backpacking. So I've got some money in a Roth IRA, and yeah, just, I mean, work while you're young, yes, but also I don't have the mindset of like, oh, I'm gonna work my ass off while I'm young so that I have a nice retirement, because I don't know if retirement's not guaranteed, you know? So I I like to work. I'm a hard worker. I make money where I can, and I take my jobs really seriously, but I'm not gonna work my life away while I'm young. I also, you know, live too, you know? So, but Roth IRA or an IRA is really, really good. But honestly, like, I don't really know I feel like when you're comparing the two, why would anybody do an IRA? Like, is there a reason why an IRA could be better than like a Roth IRA? I don't know. If you know the answer, like, let me know. But yeah, like I said, guys, tell me what you're doing too. I don't want to just talk about what I'm doing. I know that's the point of a live, I guess, but I don't know if I'm gonna get any work done, but it gives me something to pay attention to look at my laptop. It's already been 11 minutes. Yeah, I definitely am gonna do one of these on the trail, because that would be fun. Like, talk about what's been going on trail and stuff, kind of like not edited, not cut. Hi, Skip. Yeah, some overseas trails will be on the list someday. I've actually been following a girl. I really don't know how to say the name of this trail. It's in New Zealand. It's like a long trail in New Zealand. I'm following a girl right now that's doing that. That looks gorgeous, honestly. Yeah, that one might be on my list, but I've never gone out of the country, so I don't know. That's a lot more daunting to me than a trail like in the US. But even I haven't even been across the US, like out west, and that's daunting to me too. I'm only like comfortable on the East Coast when I'm alone. Like, I'll do whatever if I'm with somebody else, but you know what I mean? Like, if I'm solo backpacking, I'm not really comfortable going anywhere else, but that might change, honestly, at some point. My parents aren't really comfortable with it either, though, so probably when I move out. I don't know. What are some other overseas trails, though, that are good besides that one I'm talking about? I think it's in New Zealand. What else? Honestly, I don't know of many others. I know that there's the Camino in Spain. Rick said you can have regular IRAs to save on taxes. It will usually drop you to a lower tax bracket. I found that the problem with Roth IRAs is that Maybank stopped identifying them as a Roth. Oh, that's interesting. The tax bracket thing. Okay, because I was always like, when I was going back and forth between the two, I was like, but why would anybody choose an IRA then? Because I thought really the only difference was like with a Roth, you take out the money when you're retired and it's like tax free. So, but that's interesting that it will drop you to a lower tax bracket. Huh. Skip. Thinking about doing the TA too. Probably not until 2026 though. Oh yeah, for me it wouldn't be until like I'm like 30 or something, just because the AT is on my list to finish. Like, obviously I'm doing some of these smaller trails this year in between, but I like refuse to bother with anything else until the AT is done. I just feel like, and then once the AT is done, I'm like, I gotta get a career, you know, or even if it's close to being done, I'm like, I gotta start working after 2025, like for real, getting a job. So not like I'm not working now, but you know, like a career. But the TA looks gorgeous. Like walks along the beach. I don't know. I think there's some mountains too. It's pretty long. I didn't realize how long it was. I was just looking at it like an hour ago. It's like 1,900 miles. I don't know what that comes out to in kilometers, but it's pretty long. Rick, the IRS then wanted me to pay taxes, and I had to dig out the original paperwork. On the Roth IRA, they wanted you to pay taxes? That's weird. Hi, Henry. No, you're good. You can call me Gavin. I've been called Gabriel before, so Gavin's not, any different. Megan said move to Tennessee with me. That's the plan. Definitely the plan. I am, yes, when I say get a career so I can go live with Megan in Tennessee. Yeah, that's the next big thing. Skip said you can work overseas. In the UK, Australia, and New Zealand are all safe and offer US young people visas. Best way to see the world, work and travel and hike. That is really smart. My fish just did something. Okay. I definitely, that sounds really cool. I just get like nervous uprooting. Like if by that point I'd probably like have a place. I don't know. I get nervous like being like, oh, I'll go work and like live somewhere else and backpack just because I don't know. But Australia and New Zealand, I would love to go. Australia freaks me out with the spiders though. They're huge. And the UK I would like to go to as well. I really want to go to Scotland and Ireland. So I'll definitely go out of the country for like a vacation or a couple week trip. I don't know about like staying for a while, but who knows? You never know what'll happen in the future. Henry said, thanks for your reference to Hike for Mental Health. Oh yeah, Hike for Mental Health was really fun actually. Yeah, I was glad I did that. And I went up solo, so it was a little that was a little daunting to just, it's like not far from where I live, but I don't know, to just go up there, do it, camp alone, but it was a really fun experience. I actually ended up hiking up with another girl that lived in Connecticut too, and she went up alone. She actually drove up that day and drove back home that day, but it was awesome. Hi, Lauren. Are you guys hanging out? Why is no one liking the live but in the chat? I don't know. I don't think you have to like it. Unless that does something, like, does it boost it up or something? Maybe it does. Gotta support Our Lady. You're so cute. Skip, this from a girl hardcore enough to hike Greylock in the winter. You're brave, dude. Oh my god, thank you. I saw your comment about that, actually, and I totally forgot to reply, and I chuckled when I saw it about through hiking again because of the Greylock hike. But Greylock is, it's like, it's not even 4,000 feet. It was definitely cold. It was cold, and I feel like I haven't shut up this whole time. Okay. It was cold, for sure. And to the point where like I took my gloves off to take a couple of pictures, and my gloves were off for maybe a couple of minutes, and my fingers were hurting so bad that I was like, oh my god. But it's just different, like going up and down and then just being done for the day versus like through hiking or going out of the country. Not saying I'm not brave enough to through hike. I've, hiked long enough sections where it's like if you could do that, you could through hike. It's just in between that, it's like you gotta have the mental capacity, you gotta like not quit, all that crap. But yeah, going out of the country, if I did that, I think I just want to be with somebody else my first time, then I would probably be fine after that. But I don't even have a passport, so I need to get a passport, really. Henry said I did the Black Mountain hike in September. Black Mountain where? I know there's a Black Mountain in New Hampshire that Megan and I hiked back in April of last year. I think it was an underrated hike. It was pretty nice. But I don't know if that's the one that you're talking about. I don't know any other Black Mountain, I don't think. The IRS thought that the Roth IRAs were regular IRAs because of my bank. Taxes with and without the IRA. When I retired, my annual income dropped to less than half. Taxes are lower now. Roth IRAs, regular IRAs. That's weird. What bank do you have? That's crazy. I'm like just trying to process that right now. Oh, that's really good. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not like smart enough with the financial stuff to know what I should be doing right now with that. So maybe, I don't know. I have the Roth, so I guess it's good enough for now. Bank of America. So was it just your bank messing up with that? Henry said next to Bear Mountain, New York, Oktoberfest hike. Oh, okay. Gotcha. That's cool. How was that? Is that a hard hike? Bear Mountain in New York's kind of cool. It's definitely interesting, like, going from, like, where parts of the trail, the Appalachian Trail are really, you know, you feel like you're really out deep in the mountains, and then you get into New York, and it's, like, roads and populated towns right near you, and you're just, like, walking the roads and stuff, and through, like, parks with tons of people. When I went through Bear Mountain State Park, there was, like, field trips going on or something. So there was kids screeching and running around everywhere. It was packed there. They were like doing picnics and stuff. And then me and 700 were just walking through like stinky as hell with our backpacks on. Everybody was like, easy hike, 6 miles. Okay. Yeah, I'll check that out. That area is only like an hour and a half from me. So I'm always looking for like hikes in the area. Megan and I are probably going to do a live, I don't know whenever we see each other, maybe like a week or so. We'll do a live together. We got to finish planning our Foothills Trail hike, so we'll plan that and we'll get on live on here, and there'll be 2 of us. I know you guys probably, if you've watched my channel, you've seen Megan in a good amount of my videos, so she goes backpacking with me. Bank of America makes a lot of mistakes. You are certainly smart enough for the finances. You just need a good teacher. I had my father. Yeah, I haven't heard great things about Bank of America, to be honest. I had M&T, which was People's Bank, and they started switching, and I was like, no. So I went to Chase, but I don't know. I'll have to do some research. I feel like I'm brain dead right now, honestly. Skip says, are you heading to Trail Days? I don't think so. It's in May, right? I don't know. It depends, because sometimes I work on the weekends. And then on top of that, like, my car is a little, I don't know if I want to drive it back down to Damascus after driving it down to do the Foothills Trail. But I definitely would like to go to Trail Days at some point. I did not care to go to it when I was out hiking last year, just because 700 left to go to Trail Days, and he ended up coming back and we met back up again, but I didn't end up going. I don't know. It's such like big crowds of people. A lot of like weird stuff going on. I've heard some weird stuff about like Tent City and stuff. If I was to go, I'd probably, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm cut out for the crazy like drugs and drinking and oh my god, Appalachian Trail. Like, I love the Appalachian Trail and I love the community, but it's a lot. But I'll definitely go at some point. I don't know about this year though. The 16th to the 20th. I don't know. Probably not. Not this year, I don't think. Are you going to it? I know you live out of the country, right? You're in the UK, I thought. Skip, do you want to do the PCT or the CDT? I know you were telling me when you were on the AT, we were having some conversations and you really persevered, but to my knowledge, from what you're saying, there were times that you were like to like, you know, the AT. So You going for a Triple Crown? Sorry, this is probably the most boring live stream ever. I'm definitely doing the one with Megan, probably in like a week. And definitely on my next backpacking trip. I think it'll be a little more interesting, especially when I'm actively vlogging. And then, you know, that a live will pop up. People be like, can ask questions about whatever trail I'm on. Probably the long trail. I think I'll end up doing a live on the long trail, but maybe, I don't know if my hiking partner will want to get in on it. If he's a little shy, but maybe. You said you're going to do the PCT? Nice. Yeah. Okay. So no Triple Crown. So you're not into the CDT. Okay. The PCT is like phenomenal. Like when I was out on the AT 700, the guy I was hiking with, I don't know if I'm like referencing him and people are like, who the hell is she talking about? I was hiking with a guy named 700. That was his trail name. And he was telling me, he's like, if you hike for views, because I was telling him how I hike for views typically. So when there's, you know, it's a little different when you're backpacking, but like on a day hike, if I try to, especially if it's a bigger mountain, not go unless like it's a nice day, just because I like to see the views. So, so he was telling me if you hike for views, like you should do the PCT. It's like views the whole time. It's gorgeous. The trail is a lot nicer. It's graded for like horses. So it's not like the AT where it's like constantly like pointless, you know, even when we were hiking together, like especially in like New York, he was like, what is up with this? Like with the way it would route the trail, like over a mound of rocks that like you definitely didn't need to walk over, or like in between. In Pennsylvania, there was this weird like in between kind of thing that it did in between big rocks, and it was like you could literally just walk around the rock. But it was like they were trying to be funny. I don't know. So the PCT, he says, the climbs are more like with purpose. You know, you go up and then like maybe you're on the ridge line and then you're coming back down. So I would say, you said you're living the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. That's really nice. That's cool. How do you deal with the spiders? Australia is so gorgeous though. And like the people are nice from what I've heard. You said I like people too much to do the CDT. Yeah. And it's a lot of road walking from what I understand. The CDT is like, it's a lot of road walking. But it goes through what, Colorado, Montana, so it hits some really nice states. I finished with 700. He finished with typical. Oh yeah, 700. He's funny. He was really fun. He has the capability of doing like 20 and 30 mile days, but when he was hiking with me, I had obviously only like, I was out there for like, on the long section, like a month and a week, right? So not a crazy amount of time. So my days were, you know, a bigger day for me was doing close to 20 miles. Like that was a lot for me at that point. So he was like slow rolling with me, he would call it, because he really, 700 was out on the AT for the people. Like he didn't care for the terrain from what he told me. He was really there for like the community and the people. So he's like, the people are what make it. Like I'm not going to push crazy miles if it means I can't have these moments with other people. So he stuck around with me for like a couple weeks on and off, and he did like the lower miles with me, which was cool. So I really loved that with him. Next week after Monday, I'm out at 5 every night, so we could after. Yeah, next week should work good with that. Because you and I have the same like schedule then. We're both out at 5, so we can start earlier. Rick said, look at getting a Zippo pocket warmer for your hikes. Walmart has them. Enjoy the local trails, but you might want to carry bear spray. My route at the VA, not route. I can't read. My RT at the VA told me of a bear attack last fall in Wolcott. Huh. Interesting. Wolcott. It's not far from me. The pocket warmer, I'll look into that. Let me type that in right now, actually. Zippo pocket warmer. Let's see. Oh, that's cool. That would be helpful for the winter hikes. I'm trying to do Franconia Ridge this winter. Me and my friend, old coworker from REI, but we're friends now. He wants to do Franconia Ridge with me. So we're trying to figure out a day to do that where we're not gonna, like, you know, get ourselves into anything dangerous. So that would be really good for that. But there was one day that was like perfect weather, and he, of course, was like the one day he had something going on, so we didn't go. So it's just been iffy because it's like we're not looking for sun necessarily, but we don't want any like precipitation of any kind, and we're trying to like go for a day that's less windy and not like too cold. I mean, we're fine with like teens and 20s, but there were some days that I was getting down into like the negatives, like under 0, you know. No spiders. People are rude compared to the US. It's been an adjustment. Really? Australian people are rude? Huh. What do they do that's like rude? For some reason I had heard that they were like friendly in Australia, but maybe I'm thinking of the wrong country. No spiders. Is that just the part you live in? Because I've seen some videos of the spiders in Australia. Oh, hi Gabby. You're so funny. You guys are funny. I love my friends. My favorite hike? Like day hike, probably, oh my God, it's so hard. I'm very torn between Franconia Ridge and Katahdin in Maine. Franconia Ridge was like stunning, like walking across the ridge line for like over a mile, like 360-degree views. But Katahdin, there's just something like special about it. And also, I mean, the views up there are incredible too. You see like the lakes region in Maine and all the other surrounding mountains. I think you can see into Canada on a clear day up there. And the climb up is just like, it's exhilarating. It's a lot more sketchy in areas than Franconia Ridge was. So probably both of those, honestly. And those are both on the Appalachian Trail, so, you know. Best hike on the AT, Skip says Franconia Ridge. Yeah, yeah. I felt really bad for this year's hikers, though, because some people got lucky and got good days up there, but it was just raining so much nonstop, day in and day out, that I know a lot of people that just went up and over Franconia Ridge and, like, socked in weather because they just could not, like, wait more days for it to be, like, sun was not coming, you know? But, yeah. That I would have been really sad if I like hiked over it and it was not great weather. So I'm hoping by the time I get there on the AT, I get a good weather day, but I have hiked it before, so it's okay if not. Megan said next time we do the ridge, I'm hauling my camera up. Yeah, I'll probably bring mine. Mine's a little smaller now, the new one I got. It's actually like my hands are huge, so it's a little bit of an adjustment. The buttons are really small, but I'll probably bring it up too. Definitely would be much better than phone pictures. That would be probably in the summer though, because I feel like in the winter, I brought my camera up Mount Greylock and it was so cold that I didn't even want to take my camera out and I didn't even want to play around with it because my hands were hurting just taking them out of the gloves. Gabby, what are you doing? You're so funny. Oh, Gabby. I have very supportive friends, guys. They pop into my live streams. They like watch my YouTube videos. Gabby, what's your favorite hike that you've done? I'm assuming probably one of the ones that we did. But we gotta go on more. We gotta do another hike. I'm gonna Google, are Australian people rude? Let's see. The one I did with you. But which one, Gabby? Because we did a few. How many did we do? Well, we did the backpacking trip, but we did a couple day hikes. Lion's Head. Yes. That would have been so much different if it was warm, I feel like. If it was freezing. That was the coldest night I ever backpacked in. So you were hardcore for doing that because it was cold. It was in the 20s. That was the coldest I've slept in at night. So, yeah. No, that was really, that was cool that you did that. If it was warmer, it would have been more fun though, because like I feel like we literally got to camp and we just had to hide in our tents. And then we had that guy that we were camping with that was he was a Debbie Downer. It was like 7:30 and he was like pissed that we were setting up. It was like 8 o'clock, not even. It wasn't even anywhere near like hiker midnight or whatever they call it. And he was tired of us the minute we got up there. Okay, let's see. This just says Australians swear a lot. Australians and New Zealanders assume a large sense of personal space around them. Intrusion of the space in public can be met with confusion or even anger. I mean, personal space is good, but let's see. So are the people in the UK nicer than in Australia? This has got to be the most boring life ever. I'm so sorry. Gabby said, the one I did with you, obviously. Lion's Head, even though I died. I still had fun even though it was freezing and that random creepy dude. Dude, I cannot believe Gabby was telling me we camped up. So Gabby and I hiked up Lion's Head on the Appalachian Trail in Connecticut last year. It was her first backpacking trip. And she got all the gear to go do it with me. Like, she committed, like, she went all in, right? And it was just the AT junction with the parking lot, up Lion's Head, over to the Riga shelter. We were going to hit Bear Mountain the next day, but that was, like, the loop I had planned. It was, like, it wasn't too crazy, right? And we kind of, like, got up there, I feel like, around, like, 3 or 4, but it was, like, April, so it got cold and dark, like, pretty early. And we got over there just in time for sunset. I wanted her to see sunset because the Riga shelter on the AT in Connecticut has a really nice view for sunrise and sunset. The picnic table is like right in front of like the trees are cut out and there's a nice view of like the Twin Lakes and stuff. So, I keep forgetting that this is like live and you guys are hearing me like stutter. We got up there and there was one other guy up there and we were not expecting in April that on a night that cold, it was like in the 20s for a guy to be up there, and he was like not having it that we were up there. I was blowing up my sleeping pad with my Flextail air pump, and I apologized to him, but it was only like 7:30, but he was already in his tent like ready for bed, and he made some comment that I forgot what he said back, but Gabby just told me the other day that apparently he was like up and walking around in the middle of the night, like all creepy. And I didn't realize he was. She didn't know like what he was doing, but it wasn't like a getting up to pee and then going back in his tent thing. So I don't know, but that was a crazy night. Zach said, "You're doing great. Great job with all those videos." Oh my God, hi. Oh, Megan and I met Zach in the Adirondacks, like in like 2021. We were both at the North Backwhite River, I think it is, and Zach was running down the river, recording stuff on his camera and taking videos. He has a YouTube channel too. It's actually really cool. And he met us and we ended up like hiking down the river with him, and we ended up going like swimming in the water with him. He said, "I love seeing you guys follow your passion." You too. What are you up to now? Are you still doing like the Olympic biking, I think? Skip said, haha, UK are stuffy, Australian are blunt, Kiwis are cool. I think it's just that US folk are over the top nice. Trail angels would never be a thing here, just the exception. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like it's funny though, because in the other countries, like I hear that they think we're like fools over here in the US. They just can't stand us and think we're dumb and criticize us a bunch for stuff over here. Australians are blunt. I don't think we're over the top nice, but if I don't think we're over the top nice and you think we are, then I would probably cry over in Australia though, because I mean, especially being from New England, people up here are not friendly. Like they're okay, and it honestly depends. Like that's not everybody, but there's definitely a stereotype that people up here don't want to make conversation with you if they don't need to, like not going to strike up a conversation, not going to really like smile at you. A lot of people up here do the typical like the white person, they call it the white person like smirk or something. Zach said, if it's me, I'm doing, oh, I read that. Megan said, we met you in the Adirondacks while we were looking for the waterfall when you picked up the snake. The snake. He picked up a snake and it pooped on his hand. Zach said, I'm doing the biking. Yes, I'm all good. Thanks for being so kind. Keep spreading your kindness. That's awesome that you're doing the biking. That's really, really cool. What else are you up to? That was so funny when you picked up the snake. It literally pooped on his hand. It's in his YouTube video too. We literally were showing that video to our parents and stuff. We thought it was so funny and so cool. Making YouTube videos. That's awesome. You're not in the Adirondacks anymore, are you? I know you were in Pennsylvania at one point. I think it was Pennsylvania. Henry said that view from Big Slide in the Dax is one of my favorite. Oh, is one of my background photos. Oh yeah. Big Slide is really, really nice. I did that one this summer. Henry, have you done a lot of hiking up in the Adirondacks, like high peaks or anything? Or even honestly, I've only been to the high peaks in the Adirondacks, but the Adirondack Park is like humongous. It's huge. The acreage, I don't even remember what it is. I'm going to look it up, but I've never been to like anything other than the high peaks, but I know there's probably tons of good hiking everywhere. Let's see the acreage of the park. Yeah, so the Adirondack Park is approximately 6 million acres. That's insane. Honestly, when people are like, oh, New York sucks, I'm like, you haven't been to the Adirondacks. Skip said, been to 85 countries. I think the U.S. would rank in the top 3 for friendliest. I've seen more snakes in the U.S. than Australia, despite spending more years here. Wow. That's insane. How have you been to 85 countries? Wait. Tell me about this. Like, what have you done? Do you just travel a lot, or did you have jobs, or were you in, like, what have you done to go to 85 countries? That's incredible. Wow, now I feel dumb saying I've never been out of the country. That's interesting that the U.S. is so friendly. I've heard that Germans give a stare. Like, Germans are, like very judgmental. That's what I've heard, but... Zach said, in Clark Summit, I got my own house. Where's Clark Summit? I guess I could just look it up, but I'm trying to make conversation. Clark Summit. Pennsylvania? That's awesome. You got your own house? That's a huge achievement, honestly. Good for you. Henry says a 36er. Damn, there you go. There you go. That's awesome. Which ones have you done? Or I guess that's a lot to list out 36 of them, but which ones have you not done? Because that's only 10. Megan said, I can't believe you jumped off that cliff. That too, I forgot. Yeah, Zach got a snake that pooped on him, and he jumped off a pretty tall cliff into the river. He's hardcore. He's ballsy. Skip said, are you thinking of doing Razorback down from Mama K one day? Oh, the knife's edge? Ooh. When I hiked Katahdin in 2021, I went up the Saddle Trail, which is considered like the easiest. Mileage and elevation gain's the same, but it's the route up is like the least technical. And there was one part that I still like shed a tear on because I was so nervous. I don't like heights, so I don't think I would do the Knife's Edge. I don't like heights to the point where, like, more so like I can be on a mountain, but if I'm like near an edge or something, I freak out. Especially with that 2,000-foot drop on each side. It gets to the point where my legs shake really bad, and I almost like I take steps and it like feels like I'm unbalanced. Like I don't even know how I can like barely lift up my feet when I get that nervous. So I don't think I would do the Knife's Edge, but who knows? I think my issue's with falling more than heights, but I know a lot of people have gone down the Knife's Edge after summiting Katahdin, so who knows? I don't know. Zach said the most fearless guy he knows. I wish I was like that, dude. I wish. I'm like afraid of everything. It's a shocker I can even backpack, really. Not afraid of everything, but some things I am, some things I'm not. Megan said we need to do the Knife's Edge. Megan, you know how I am. I'll literally cry. You remember me on Giant Mountain, and Giant Mountain wasn't even that bad. There's honestly Giant Mountain literally only had like one part. It was like pretty slanted. I don't want to do the Knife's Edge, dude. I'll go up and down the Hunt Trail probably when I summit Katahdin to finish the AT. I doubt I'll do the Knife's Edge. But I have videos of people walking across the Knife's Edge from the summit. It's crazy looking. It looks really pretty though, but I can get the same view at the top. Zach said you are in your own way, I'm sure. Certain things that you would think would bother me don't at all. But then there's like a bunch of dumb stuff I have an issue with, so I don't know. Like I went cliff jumping once when I was like 16 with my friend in high school in the reservoir nearby. You're not supposed to jump there, but a lot of kids did and stuff. And I can't remember how tall the cliff was. It was not that tall. 20 feet maybe. It took me forever to get off of it. I basically had to have somebody push me off of it. Rick said you can get comfortable with heights. It takes time. The fears will numb out. Yeah, hopefully. I'm hoping, because it's not the most convenient with some of the mountain climbing, but typically on the Appalachian Trail, you're not getting too close to any of the edges. Honestly, like the Lehigh Gap climb in Pennsylvania, I heard so much stuff about that. It really only sketched me out in one spot. Like other than that, it was fine. So I'm not like terrible with it, with the heights and the falling type thing, but I definitely couldn't do like the Knife's Edge on Katahdin. I'd probably have a mental breakdown. And I think I'm like very clumsy and I have bad coordination and balance, so I just don't think I trust myself, and that's the issue. Oh, Taylor's in here. Hi, Taylor. That's exciting. Taylor, your lives are a lot probably more interesting, but I was saying that I'm hoping to do a live on trail at some point, like in a hostel or something, when there's not other people there, because I'm the same way as you. I will not record when there's other people around. Being fearless is all about facing your fears and not letting them stop you. Even the most fearless person feels fear. That is a good point. That's deep. That's a good point, actually. Yeah, I try not to let my fears stop me. There's certain things, like, you know, that I would choose not to do, but it's not like I have to do them. But generally, like, I try to push through, and if I want to do something, like, I'm not going to let a fear stop me. But with the cliff jumping thing, I don't even know how you get yourself off. Like, I just, like, can't bring my body to jump off cliffs. I don't know why. It's just not, it's not fun. Then once you do it, you're like, oh, that wasn't that bad. It's just like getting yourself to go off the cliff. He said, I feel that. Yeah. Yeah. What kind of videos are you recording nowadays? Zach, on your channel? Henry said I need Alan, the Wolf Jaws, 4 C words, Gray Cliff, Esther Whiteface, Redfield. Okay. Cool. Whiteface is cool. Esther and Whiteface you can hit together, I'm pretty sure. Like, you may as well, honestly. The Wolf Jaws. The Adirondack high peaks are tough. Like, I honestly think they're a lot harder than the New Hampshire 48ers. Because it's like, elevation-wise, you know, you're typically climbing 4,000 to 5,000 feet with the high peaks, but sometimes way more. In New Hampshire, I feel like the mountains have, like, multiple trails that could go up, and there's enough roads that, like, the trails don't have to be super long just to get to the summit, but there's some Adirondack peaks that are, like, to get to one, it's like 14 miles out and back. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot of access points, and a lot of times the trails are not, like, well maintained, and you're just, like, walking up, like, rock slabs and stuff. I think that the high peaks are really hard. Like, the 46 high peaks, that's a tough one, I feel like. The 48ers are hard too, but I feel like the trails are a little shorter typically, and there's more options for, like, what trail you want to take up. I definitely need to do work on my both my lists. I have these scratch offs, which are cool. You, like, scratch the peaks you've done and the number pops up. This one's the Adirondack one. And then I have the New Hampshire one. Just, like, fun way to keep track. If I had, like, maybe a little bit of a newer car, I would drive up more often just for, like, the weekend to hit a peak or two. I don't know. I try not to drive my car too much. My car's probably fine, but I don't know. You said the Dacks are tough. Yeah, they are tough. The Adirondacks are really tough. I want to do Algonquin, I don't know if I'm saying that, Iroquois, and Wright, all 3 at once. But that's, like, I think it's, like, oh my God, it's like 15 miles or something, or 14 miles. I could be wrong, but the elevation gain is, like, a lot. Zach said all types. Vlogs, short films, DJ, commentaries, and music videos. You're doing a great job with your vids. Keep going. Thank you. I'm going to have to check out more of yours. I'm bad at, like, looking through my subscription thing and watching YouTube, to be honest. But, yeah. I like watching people's vlogs, though, especially people that I've met or know. So that would be cool. Do you vlog, like, do you hike, or is it mostly, like, biking and stuff? I actually recorded my hike up Mount Greylock in the winter. Well, obviously it's the winter, but it was a winter hike. I did that last weekend, so it's gonna go up this Sunday. And I think the video quality was pretty good. I got a new phone so that I could not stand the quality of my videos, like, with my old phone. iPhones are just, like when you compare it to some of the Samsungs and stuff, the camera's just not that great. So I got a newer phone with, like, actually, like, the newest iPhone, because I just could not stand the camera quality. So now I can record in 4K, so my YouTube videos should be a little smoother. I didn't like how, like, pixelated it was getting when I was, like, hiking, especially, and that was even with me recording in, like, 1080p 60 FPS. So the new phone, like, makes the videos pretty crisp. So this Greylock video should be good. And it was a gorgeous day out, so hopefully this should be good. Zach said I do hike, not as much as you. Any hiking's good, honestly. I don't go as much as people think. There's times where I'll go, like, once a week, but honestly, I don't know when my next hike is gonna be. I hike a lot less in the winter. I do not like winter hiking. I don't know why, but I do need to keep hiking, though, because since we're doing the Foothills Trail in April, it's it's so funny. It's actually it's a good trail to prep for like the Appalachian Trail. So it would have been really good to actually do that before my attempt in 2023, but from what I'm looking at on like the far out map for like the daily, like we're doing like 10 to 12 miles a day, the elevation gain is like no less than 2,500 feet, upwards of like 3,500 each day. And that's with me having like my fully loaded pack on. And I haven't had my fully loaded pack on since like September. So I definitely need to go hiking because it's going to be tough. You said you like winter running. I'm trying with the running thing. Running's great. And in the winter, it's probably nice because you sweat less. Oh my God, so many people. I love like the same people that like comment on all my YouTube videos. Like, you guys are so freaking cool. Thank you. I'm like really big on replying back to comments, and it's like the same people on every video, which is really awesome. I like having like a little community of people that like watch my videos and talk to me and comment to me and give me tips and stuff. And I see a lot of you are in the chat here. Megan said you should do more lives. My next one's with you, baby. That'll be us. Megan's my wife, so you guys will see us. We can be all romantic on camera for them. Austin said video quality on your last video was fantastic. Thank you. You told me that. Thank God, because it was driving me nuts. I was watching my videos and I was like, I cannot. I'm like a perfectionist. And with the YouTube videos, I'm like, I don't care about the editing. It doesn't have to be like super fancy, but I need the video quality to be good. So that's great. Thank God, because I spent money on this phone. So I have a GoPro too, and that is great as well. That records in 4K, and I did bring that with me on Mount Monadnock, courtesy of Megan. She got me the GoPro. Thank you. And but I don't know if I'm gonna take it backpacking, so I needed something that when I go backpacking will replicate the same video quality. Megan said you go a lot. I try. Honestly, like most of my hikes aren't even like a lot of elevation. They're not prepping me for the foothills. I promise you that. The elevation gain is not ever really what it's going to be on the foothills. And I don't have a pack on when I'm doing it. A lot of my hiking is like max 800 feet when it's like little day hikes. So we'll see. I've been doing the stair climber at the gym a lot and the treadmill and incline, which got me pretty like helped with prep for Georgia last year. So I'm hoping. And your running should help, at least with the endurance, I think. Like, it's hard because it's just not, the only way to prep for backpacking is like walking up and down hills with a big pack on. Like, that's it. It's just it's so hard to do here in Connecticut, I feel like. Zach said, did you hike all the AT? No, in 2023 I didn't. I done screwed up with that one. Last year I hiked about 600 miles. So, well, 600 miles in total. Last year, I always get confused because I like hiked a little bit of like the AT, mostly with like Connecticut before going out to attempt. But yeah, 600 miles hiked. This year, I'm hiking the Vermont Long Trail, which is about another 100 miles of the AT. And hopefully, I got to finish Massachusetts. Massachusetts was a nightmare in September. And then next year I'm going out on the trail. I don't know how long. I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't like set any like goal or anything. I'm just saving money and going out, doing whatever I want to do pretty much. Jim said I've got my 3 trips for 24 picked out. Now I have to work on the logistics. Where are you going? Did you tell me? I don't think you told me. Because I saw you had another comment. 3 trips? Like long, like backpacking, longer, shorter, like hiking trips, just like travel. Megan said even in the winter. We'll see if my running is enough prep. I would definitely slide some incline into there if you can, but you'll be fine. I think we're just gonna be sore for a few days. Austin said you do a great job with the replies. Thank you. I think it's really important to reply to people. If people are putting effort into commenting on my videos, which are mediocre at best, then I need to be replying. Hi, Johnny. Thumbs up. Jim said I'm either getting a GoPro or DJI with a pack clip to record hands-free. DJI's, I'm looking at one of their gimbals for like stabilizing like my phone and stuff when I do content creation. I do marketing on the side, like freelance marketing for businesses. So especially if I was recording like food content at a restaurant or like, I don't know, anything really, like a gimbal would be awesome. And DJI makes some really good stuff. GoPros are nice too. I didn't know I would want a GoPro, like, or need a GoPro until I have one. And it's really nice. Megan said we should start meeting there at night. We can bring the packs. I have no shame. Us going to Planet Fitness with the packs, dude. We'll definitely get stared at. But if I'm with you, I could probably do it. I cannot do it on my own. I'll bring a weighted vest. I feel like a weighted vest people wouldn't stare at you for, but the packs, I don't know. People are just uncultured over here. They don't know anything about backpacking. So yeah, we could do that. We should probably do that. Or at least go hiking with me. I know I don't think you don't like winter hiking, right, Megan? Because you had said to me when I was like, we gotta go hiking to get ready for the foothills, and you were like, but it's winter. I know, I don't like it either. I was trudging up Greylock last weekend. I was like, I gotta do it. Rick said, you learned a lot in 2023 about hiking and yourself. That's a good accomplishment. This is a good live. Thank you, Rick. I'm glad it's a good live. I was afraid that Megan and I were just going to be having like a conversation back and forth the whole time. Yeah, I did learn a lot about myself. And honestly, it worked. Everything, my mom always says, everything happens for a reason. And like with the weather, especially this past year, like I definitely would have cried a lot if I kept going. But I did learn a lot about myself, and I learned what to do to be more successful in the future. And yeah, like the style like that I like to hike and backpack, and like what mileage I'm comfortable at. So it was good, honestly. It was good. And every time I get off the trail, I always have so much excitement going back out. So it just keeps it fresh, you know what I mean? So I feel like I'll never go out and, well, that's not true, but I feel like, you know, a lot of times no-bos are like over it by the end of the hike in Maine. They're just like, get me the hell off this trail. And I don't really want to feel that way. Not for too long, you know. I feel like it's natural often to feel that way, but I don't know. I don't ever want to like not enjoy a whole state, because I'm just done. But it could happen. I don't know. It's just part of it, right? If you want to be a thru hiker, you just deal with it. Jim said, Batona Trail in South Jersey at the end of March. Penmar to Boiling Springs in May, and finishing Connecticut in September. Nice. The Batona Trail. I haven't looked at that one. Let's look it up. The Batona Trail. $53 miles. I've never heard of that trail. Cool. And then you said Penmar to Boiling Springs in May. That's a good section. I liked Boiling Springs. There's a good restaurant. I forgot, it was a breakfast place I ate at, but I think it was like Mexican themed. It was good. And then finishing Connecticut in September. Connecticut's really nice. I've had a lot of people tell me from last year's thru hiking class that they loved Connecticut. And we only have like 50 miles of the trail, but I think we have a nice little section. Very like quaint, you know what I mean? Megan said the pack is cooler anyways. I got stared at hardcore last year when I was walking backwards on the treadmill trying to help with my knee issues. So I can't even imagine with the pack at Planet Fitness. Zach said, thanks for the great live. It was amazing. I got to get going. Keep doing your great work. I love how positive you are. Nice talking with you too, Megan. When we met, I was facing my fears. Aw. Bye, Zach. Thanks for coming to the live. I got to watch his videos more. He makes really cool videos. That's so cool how you like meet somebody once, and we literally met him once in the Adirondacks. He was running across the river, and we were looking for a good swimming hole, and We exchanged information. We took a selfie together too. And now like we connect on social media. James says, going from Dix Creek Gap to Standing Bear for my section in May. Did you do that section, and any advice? James, when I got off trail in Georgia last year, for a variety of reasons, I got off at Dix Creek Gap right before the North Carolina border. So I actually have not done that section. I'm hoping to do that. Well, I'm going back out on the trail next year, so to Georgia. So I will do that section. That I'm committing to. But from what I heard with Standing Bear in that section, you're going to go through the Smokies in May, which is not prime like Nobo season, but just be careful. Like a lot of people, there's no, you have to stay in shelters unless they're full, then you can tent. Get your, I don't know if you need a permit for the Smokies if you're doing a section. Yeah, probably. People, there's no privies in the Smokies apparently. People surface shit. So be careful of that, I guess. But it's a gorgeous section. I know from what I heard, after Dix Creek Gap, you go up a pretty good climb when you hit the border. There's like a cool tree. I think you'll have Wya Bald and Siler Bald in between, which are really nice balds. Like a lot of really beautiful views in North Carolina. The mountains get like even cooler and more rugged looking than in Georgia. So I'm definitely really excited for North Carolina. I was very disappointed I didn't get to experience that, but it was good. I actually ended up, I don't think I ever mentioned this, but I went home, didn't hike for a few weeks because I was like, my knee was screwed up. I had knee pain for like at least 8 months prepping for the 18. It just would not go away, like to the point where it was excruciating, anything after 10 miles on a descent. And then I went to New Hampshire with Megan in April and we were hiking a little bit and it was gone. It just vanished. I think I just needed like a few weeks to heal it and stuff. So that was awesome. So I definitely need a working knee for that though. There's a lot of ups and downs in North Carolina. I will go if we have a day too, but gotta be a Sunday, Megan said. That's fine. I go hiking on Sundays. Just let me know what you want to hike. I feel bad because I feel like I'm always planning the hikes. I'm like, she does not want to go hiking with me. So just let me know. Jim said, I have a weighted vest that I can add weight in 2-pound increments. Could walk around town with 30 pounds. The police stopped me once because someone called them and said I had a bomb vest. Yeah, that's funny, actually. People are dumb. But honestly, I didn't know anything about weighted vests until last year. Weighted vests are awesome, though. I need to get another one. I like had one, then I returned it because I was like, oh, I'll just backpack and go hiking, but I need to get one. Rick said, your mom is right. I have many examples in my life. Yeah, my mom always says everything happens for a reason. And honestly, looking back, there were reasons. So it worked out, you know? Megan said, not Kent, though. I can't even keep up with the comments. You guys are fun. My laptop. Not Kent, though. Rip. Yeah. Kent in Connecticut does not like the Appalachian Trail hikers at all. I don't know why. I've heard stories. And like the mobile gas station there does not let you take your pack in. The laundromat, the only one in town, does not let hikers in. Just prissy people. They like look you up and down like, ugh. But there was a couple people that we met in Connecticut on the trail this past summer, like through hikers that had like a freaking party in Kent for like 2 days. They were like super out of it. Like I think they were probably drinking or doing drugs. I don't know. And they had a great time in Kent. They were talking about like the Kent Vortex and stuff. I don't know what it is with Kent, but the town's beautiful. Like the area, the land around it, and the town is cute. It's quaint, like a quaint little New England town. One time I was in the Kent, Connecticut Facebook page and I asked them, I was like, why don't you guys like Appalachian Trail hikers? And they literally removed my post. Jim said gimbals for cell phones are persnickety. The Osmo 6 isn't too bad. Persnickety? I don't know if I said that right. Yeah, the Osmo is the one I was looking at. Sue said, happy Mardi Gras from New Orleans. Happy Mardi Gras. Grass. Is that today? Apparently. Oh. Yeah, we don't celebrate that up here. That's cool. James says, cool things. Might keep hiking if I'm feeling strong. You should, James. If you have any extra time to keep going, just keep going. There was a lawyer that I was hiking with on the trail this past year, and he's been section hiking the trail for so long. He started in Georgia, and he would go for like 2 weeks, and then wherever he left off was where he would go the next year. And he got off in Palmerton, Pennsylvania this year, and he was talking about how hopefully in like 6 or 7 years he'll be done with the trail. And he was like, because he just can't get the time off work, like being a lawyer. And that made me like want to keep going for as long as I could, because I was like, damn, I don't want to ever feel like I can't like finish the trail for like that long, you know what I mean? He's like dedicated to. He won't hike any other trail until the AT's done, and he uses all his vacation time every year, which is like 2 weeks, to go out and hike. Jim took his message away. Did I miss it? Megan said, I love hiking with you, Goof, but you know all the hikes. My personal guide. I know, but when I have to plan things constantly, I just feel like the person doesn't want to do it because I'm the one that has to plan it. But I know the hikes. So if you say to me, hey, I want to go hiking, do you have a hike? Then I'm like, okay, yeah, let me pull out the stack of the hikes. But if I'm like, Megan, you want to go hiking? Okay, this is what I got. Like, it just feels, I don't know. Austin said, 100% agree with everything happens for a reason. Yeah. It's hard to think sometimes, though, because sometimes I'm like, okay, but if I make a crappy decision, it could have gone better if I didn't make that crappy decision. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't have to happen, so it's hard to think that way, I feel like. Jim said, Kent is where I hopped off when I finished New York. The outdoor shower is perfect. Yeah. Kent is, I've heard mixed stuff about it, but generally, they don't like hikers. But, like, Megan and I stopped in Kent to get food at a cafe, and they were nice. I think the cashier was even asking us about, like, if we were hiking the trail. So, I don't know. I go to Kent all the time, too, like, just for day hiking. And though I will say, though, one time I parked on the side of a road right near the AT in Kent, and it was literally where the trail crossed the road. And All Trails brought me to that area to park my car. And I was off good enough. It's a Skiff Mountain Road. If you've hiked the AT, you probably know. It's actually what they detoured the AT up for a while this year because of that bridge that was down over Macedonia Brook. And some lady, I got back to my car after hiking, I think it was a lady, I don't know, could have been a guy, but left a freaking note on my windshield that said, like, I wasn't supposed to be parking there. I could guess, or I forgot what she said. This was like years ago, but I was like, I don't know. I don't even want to, like, say what I was going to say. I'm just a moron, LOL. When do I say no? You don't say no. But I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, maybe she wants to, like, you know, go ride her horse or, I don't know, hang out with somebody else. I also like to do other things other than hiking. I never want to come off as, like, I only want to hike, you know what I mean? Because, honestly, half the time, to be honest, half the time I'm forcing myself to go hike because, one, it's the only form of, like, exercise I really like, and I need to be exercising. I'll go to the gym, but, like, I don't like it as much. 2, I'm scared that if I don't, I'm going to get out of, like, shape for when my backpacking trips come up. And 3, I, like, feel like I have to. Like, there's a lot of times I just force myself to go. Sue said Karen's, LOL. Yeah, she was a Karen. It's not even like it's not a busy road. Again, it's like a mountain road in like this town with like maybe 1,000 people. I was off to the side. It's a wide enough road. I was right near where the trail crossed. Like, she pulled over and took the time to write a note to put on my car. Skip said, did you make pancakes today? Did I make pancakes today? No. Why? Did you make pancakes? Did I say something about pancakes? No, I didn't make pancakes. I had eggs. and a muffin for breakfast. What was our last hike? New Hampshire? Megan, our last hike wasn't Franconia Ridge. We did the backpacking trip for a couple days in August. No, Catterskill Falls. We did Catterskill Falls in October. That was our last hike. Pancakes. Pancake Tuesday and Mardi Gras. I don't know anything about Mardi Gras. What is Pancake Tuesday? Pancake Day. Is that today? Oh my God. IHOP does the pancake thing. Damn. That was today, but it snowed really hard here in Connecticut. We got like a foot. Not hard, but like most places were closed. Almost everyone I knew was off from work if they couldn't work from home. So I wouldn't have been able to go out and get pancakes anyways. I guess I could have made them. But yeah, Megan, it was Catterskill Falls. And then prior to that, it was the backpacking trip, and then it was Franconia Ridge, I think. You got your flex tail pump in today? That's cool. It's gonna make your life easier. The last thing you want to do when you're at camp is sit there and manually blow up your sleeping pad. Skip said, hopefully you can make up for it tomorrow on Valentine's Day. I gotta go to work for 6:45 tomorrow morning. So I get up at like 5:30. So I'm definitely not making pancakes tomorrow, but I do like pancakes. They're probably like one of my favorite breakfast foods. Did you have pancakes, Skip? Jim said, God drop. Keep up the great work. Looking forward to this year's adventures. Thank you, Jim. Thanks for always commenting on my videos, too. I really appreciate it. I'm super excited to share the adventures this year. I'm like so grateful that I can go on them. I really thought it was over after the AT, so I'm really glad to have backpacking trips this year. Probably going to end this too, actually, though, because it's getting to like an hour and a half, and I'm really shocked that people stayed on that long. And I got random tabs up on my computer for all the random things I've been looking up. Night, Skip. All right, yeah, I'm going to hop off this live, but it was fun. Thank you guys for coming on and asking questions and chatting it up with me. I was bored, and Megan and I will get on here next week probably, so. All right. Suse, I hope you keep in touch with Bat. I do. Yes, I do. I love her. So she is doing okay. Kevin and Elvis. Good night, all. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Let's find out how I can end this. No. Okay, let's see.